Welcome back to the second part of finishing the assembly of Charizard. So all of the videos that I did this weekend wouldn't work. I couldn't get them downloaded into my computer because we needed a new SanDisk, because I guess my SanDisk was about 10 years old, and so that's not going to happen again because I went and bought a new SanDisk for my camera. So I'm going to go over like the rest of the stuff with the Charizard with you on how to do it and where everything goes. The first video I show you how to do the whip stitch and whip stitch everything together. So nothing like that has changed. You'll still be doing that. So the next thing that we did on our Charizard was do the fingernails and the toenails. So the fingernails and the toenails, you should have 6 of each. So 3 for each hand and 3 for each foot. So you should have 6 of each, 12 altogether. They're all made the same way. How we did this is we have straight pins. I think I mentioned in the last video that it's easier to take a straight pin and put things on so it'll stay in place. So I put straight pins in there to hold them on, and there's 2 strings that come off of the toenails and the fingernails. So you take one string on one side. These are going right on top of the fingers, like so. And you put one on one side and then find a hole and bring it out, and put the other one on the other side and bring it out that same hole. And then you take and tie it together, and then run your ends down the arm so that the knot will be on the inside. So you do that with all of them, and even the feet, same way. You'll find a hole down here in the foot, and then you'll tie it. Just do the same thing. All right. So the fingernails and toenails were on him, and then we sewed on the wings. And this is how we sewed on the wings. They go on him on his back like this. And I went from here all the way down and here. So I whip stitched from here all the way down and over here on both sides. And this is what he looks like. So we've got the wings on. And then right after that, we did the points, the wing points. So you just, you're going to whip stitch around the wing point on the top of the wing. And you do that with both of them. And then there's that one. All right. Then we sew on the horns. And like I said, I just took my pins and I pinned the horns where, this is where they were in the picture. So I pinned the horns down, so I didn't want anything to move on me. So it's a lot easier to use straight pins. If you have straight pins, so easy to use those for amigurumi. So I just took and pinned them down, and then I whip stitched around them on the head. And that is where his horns go. Okay, so then we went to the flame, and we had put the flame on the end of the tail. So it was just a little round thing. So on these, you'll cut 6 inch strings. You need 6 inch strings, and you need about 11 to 12 orange ones and about 15 to 16 yellow ones. And so you take the strings and you fold them in half, and you take your crochet hook around the single crochets in your flame, that in the flame at the end of the tail. You'll take you'll go around each single crochet, and it's just like latch hook. So you'll go around the single crochet, you'll bring out the loop, and then you put the 2 strands in the loop. Well, here's one right here. I could kind of show you. Okay, see the loop there? You put these 2 strands in the loop and you pull it. And so the orange, you'll put the orange ones on the first 2 rows at the end on the first 2 rows. You'll put one on every single crochet around. And then the last 2 rows, you'll put the yellow ones in. And it looks like this. When you get them on. And then we have a dog slicker. It's a dog brush. And it works good for this type of work. So you'll just take it and do this. And it takes a long time. I've already done this several times on this. It's not done yet. It takes a long time to just sit here and just slick this out so that it gets to be looking. Let me get the picture. Until it looks like this on the picture. Until it looks like that. And that's what it's supposed to look like. That takes a while, and of course, bits of yarn always get stuck in the brush, and you just take it out of the brush. It's easier to have a little comb with you. And it looks like this when it comes out of the brush. This is really good for stuffing your amigurumis. So I always take this stuff and I keep all of my ends in a big freezer baggie and put all of them in there. And then I use this for stuffing. And if you see my teddy bear right here, I just finished that teddy bear of the weekend, and I used this to stuff that teddy bear. So I have several of these bags because I do a lot of crocheting. So it's just, instead of throwing them away, and as expensive as yarn is, at least you could do something with them, So there's that. All right, so then you just keep working on that flame until it gets to where I showed you in the picture. All right, so now he has paw pads, and they wanted you to take the pattern. They wanted you to take felt and cut out the paw pads, the eyes, the teeth with felt. But I don't like to do that. I like everything to be crocheted. So I was looking on the pattern to see how I could do these little paw pads. And all you have to do is go back to my video on the legs and do the first 3 rows. And then, cut it off, and then you'll sew it on the bottom of the feet. So that's how we got those. All right. Now the eyes are different. I came up with the eyes on my own, and the whites of his eyes are oval. And so this is how I made the eyes. You're going to start with a slip knot, and we're going to chain 4. And then in the second chain from the hook, you're going to put 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet in every chain down. And then you're going to keep going around that chain, and you're going to put a single crochet in the 3 chains on the other side. So in this round 1, you should have 6 single crochet altogether. So it kind of looks like this is a little bit of an oval here for you. All right, so then your next round, then in the first single crochet, you're going to put 2 single crochet in that one. And in the second one, just 1 single crochet. And the third one, you're going to put 2 in that one. And the fourth one, you're going to put 2 in that one. 1 in the fifth one, and 2 in the sixth one. And then you're going to slip stitch to the very first one when you get back around there, and then cut it off, but cut it off long enough to sew it on. And this is what you got. You can see that. It's just an oval. So you use the same hook that we did it's the 4.5 millimeter hook that we used for, so, but if you use a different hook, make sure you use the same hook. And then you take black yarn, and what you're going to do is you are going to do a magic circle, and you're going to put 6 single crochets in that magic circle. All right, and then you're going to, there's only 1 round of it. And then you're just going to slip stitch to the first one that you made and cut off, and then you're going to sew it. You're going to sew it right in the middle of your oval. Okay, you'll sew it right in the middle of the oval, and you'll like this strand of yarn right back here where we started this. When you do that, when you sew it on there, bring it up, and on you're going to put a line, an X right here. If you put an X right here, it kind of gets like for the whites of his eyes. So you can see in his eyes, this is what I'm talking about. I think that really brings amigurumi to life by putting that in there. And so once you get your eyes done, then you remember the eyebrows that we did? So the eyes go on his side, and the oval goes this way toward his horn and down toward his snout, the way it is. And then here, this is the eyebrow. So that goes from here to here, okay? And you just sew on the bottom. This sticks up. You just sew on the bottom part of it. You sew that, whip stitch that in. After you whip stitch this eye in, okay? You whip stitch the eye in, and then you put in the eyebrow, okay? And you do that on both sides. All right, and then we have the nostrils, and those are the ones that we, you chain 3 and you were done, like the easiest parts that we ever did with him. So the nostrils, they go right here. I don't know if you can see that. You can see his little nostrils right there. Yeah. And I just did that the same way I put the fingernails in. I took one end and found a hole and brought it in, and then on the next stitch beside it, took the other end and brought it through that hole, and then I tied it together and hid everything in the head. And I did that on both sides. So that is where that went. I hope this is helpful. I am so upset about my videos not coming out this weekend. But I hope this is helpful for you on finishing up our Charizard. So the teeth, that's also, they wanted you to cut out a triangle for his teeth, but I've decided that the toenails kind of look like teeth too. So it's 2 teeth that's made exactly like the toenails or the fingernails. Same thing. Okay. So I would just make 2 of those. You take the mouth and you embroider the mouth, and it goes from here all the way around down to here. And then the teeth get sewn in right where the mouth is on each side. I think that is it. And here is our completed Charizard. He is going to have a home up here. And from now on, you will see him in my videos up there. The teddy bear. He's going to be up there with a teddy bear. So this is our completed Charizard. So that you can see all of his angles. But if you made a Charizard, send me pictures of your Charizard, or send me comments. I made that Charizard. I love to hear from you guys. So anyway, there's the rest of our Charizard. And I apologize about the video. It didn't come out the way I wanted it, but hopefully this will be helpful for you. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye now.